how to shape it properly. And I think the solution is for each person to shape theirs to perfection. So, but I'm hearing a lot of up and downs from each of you, but they don't end up to a large phrase necessarily. So can we try one at a time, whoever wants to go first, and give me your ideal long phrase, like 16 measures, that makes sense.
Do you want to?
Whoever, they're the same music. I would actually maybe taper off ends of like sub-phrases a little bit more, but I think it's more important on the piano than it is for a string instrument. So did you notice what he did? You're doing really kind of the opposite. Yeah, so can you try to imitate him if you like what he's doing? If not, fight with him, but yeah. So just piano alone if we can. Like a romantic pianist does, notes go up, your crescendo notes go down, your diminuendo. But that's only true like 50% of the time, right? Well, okay, Chopin it's true 85% of the time, but this is not Chopin, right? So you're going da dee da dee da. That doesn't work for the phrase because it kills it right away, and it's not what he's doing. So dee da dee da 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 dee da da da. Ooh, that's lovely. To give you room for crescendo and then more of a diminuendo. That's what I was saying, that your crescendos are gorgeous. I would love a little more diminuendo. That's not soft. That's not a crescendo either. That's a diminuendo, right?
Oh, I'm confusing. Oh.
I know. May I?
Yeah. Okay, that was the thing. Okay.
Yeah, you tend to crescendo over here, which will do two things. A, destroy your phrase, but also step right on his long note. I mean, he's holding a note, right? We don't want to cover it or anything, we want to go away. So, yeah. Because you tend to hear this little business as a crescendo, da 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 da. It's not a crescendo, it's a diminuendo.
Oh, I understand.
But that's not what he's doing. Yeah, he's not doing that at all. He's doing a 4-measure phrase, right? I mean, he's doing dee da dee da dee da 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 da. That's what he's doing. Which means that's what you have to do also. Otherwise, we get a phrase that is so wiggly, it's impossible to follow. And remember, you're doing it at an offset from each other, so then we really have no idea what's happening. Gorgeousness. Because then things get more complicated. We have 4 plus 4, easy peasy, and then, but they have to, whatever you do, it has to be identical. So now, can we try with both of you, like the first 16 measures? And let's hear, maybe for now, can we exaggerate to the point of bad taste? Crescendo, diminuendo, just so that they're clear. And then you can pull them back. Your diminuendo is too late, And so his long note becomes neither here nor there.
So
Right, so already be
Also,
quiet.
it's quiet, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
already.
Already, yes, yes. Because your natural tendency there is to crescendo, and there goes his beautiful note. And that's his loudest note.
Yeah, so Ninja, if you can think of, so.
Exactly,
More.
exactly.
Yeah.
How gorgeous was all that? To just basically calmly and slowly go phrase by phrase, write it in, and then exaggerate it. It may be that what feels exaggerated to you will be absolute sheer perfection to us. Canons are complicated. At least you have the benefit of two people playing it. Very often in our music, we've got it going, sometimes even in the same hand. I mean, that's crazy. But you still have to do that exact work. Okay, so yeah, figure them all out amongst yourselves, right? Because that's what the fun is in chamber music. Okay, so let's jump to the next section, okay? You can have so much fun with this in your next couple of rehearsals. So the next section is here. The subito, right? He's got lots of notes, but we've got the melody.
Yeah.
I think you need to sing it out a great deal
More?
more. Yeah,
I
this
thought, I thought it was already too banging. Right.
With when I say sing, I don't mean bang. What I mean is reach to the bottom of the key very slowly, so that the sound feels like it's honey. So hitting the key produces a bang. Pressing a key produces a delicious sound. Again, I allow my phrases to be defined from the first note to the last. So how many measures is your phrase?
The 4.
Okay, so what is the loudest note in this phrase?
Maybe usually in the middle.
Usually, but not always, right? Most of our melodies are arches, but arches can be kind of lopsided.
But this one I know is 4 measure phrasing, but
you would prefer it to be 2 plus 2. Okay.
You're starting out.
Okay, but I mean, it's your phrase.
Yeah.
If you wanted, that's why I asked you how many measures is the phrase, right? If you hear it as 2 measures, okay,
Yeah.
but that means this
the
cannot be the
how-
softest note, right? Because you're going
Yeah.
da, ti, da, and then we're lost, and we don't know where we are in the phrase. And see, I agree with you because he's also in the highest note there. I mean, you both are like no more canon for a while, yay. Okay, so give us 2 plus 2 then that are gorgeously phrased. Clear.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm not done bugging you about this one. So let's talk about harmony for a moment. What key are we in?
E.
What?
This one. This chord?
Yeah. No, I mean, what key are we in this phrase?
A.
Okay. So, anything interesting about this harmony goes to here?
Yeah, it's basic. But
Normal, all good. What about this guy going to here?
Maybe it could be special because
Because it's a deceptive resolution, right? So we want him late. So da dee da dee da. We've set a default. Like this is the normal. And now comes the funky. Da dee da. He'll wait. We'll ask him nicely, yes? Later. Da, dee, da. Beautiful, right? no, nothing special for him. So notice what happened to your sound though. You start having a melody sound. This was all beautiful melody sound. He's sitting way above you. You're not going to cover him. So make sure, even in piano, you're still singing all those notes. Once he comes in with the melody, then you can decide, even though you still have, you know, melodic material. That was a very special harmony you just went through without noticing.
I don't notice. I would hear because he will come.
He will wait.
Okay.
Will you
Yeah,
wait?
that's the.
It's an E sharp. I was so low with this. I mean, obviously you have to talk about. You can't just like randomly do stuff by yourself. But this is now mature romanticism, very late. The harmony is so rich, and you have to kind of enjoy it like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. Can you try? Yeah.
Where would you like me to start?
Can we start? Do you have a measure number? 37.
Yeah.
Don't go down, right? Where here, normally in this part of the phrase, you would have a diminuendo, but here you have a big crescendo, and that is so beautiful, because before that you had, you always did go down, so it's a very special moment.
I thought you. Oh, never mind.
What?
Yeah.
It's just I think I heard it was weaker.
It probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be usually.
Yeah, so yeah, it's all about humanity. Okay, so you guys can work out the details amongst yourselves. I just want to touch on a couple of points of, like, you know, pianism. So can we now try this dolcissimo and legato? No, just you, sweetheart. Let's see if we can get a magical sound going. Halfway there. You have to kind of decide, whenever we have dolcissimo, leggero, any sound like that, we have to add a magic to the sound by thinking there are two different ways to achieve it, to create different sounds. Both are beautiful. In both of these ways, you have to think that you're only going to use half of the key bed, either the bottom part of the key bed or the top part. So either be already completely in the key and overlap the notes. It sounds gorgeous in that register. Let's try that one. So overlapping and gliding. May I, can we do it one more time? I'll be grabbing your arm. Be ready, okay? Motion, we have to substitute for it with something. Do you hear that? Already we have magic. Let's try kind number 2. That one, your wrist can still do that, but most of the work is going to be done with the fingers that are going to actually work very hard. By hard, I mean fast and barely touch. And think that you're only going down halfway into the key. which are kind of flat, which was great for that first kind of leggero. For this one, try to be going down at exactly 90 degrees. To hear how they twinkle like stars in the sky. Only you can decide which one you like better. To me, I love them both. Like it's like choosing between children, which one, which one do you like better? But the point is that neither of these sounds is bluff. You guys missed when we were talking about Schumann before. We were discussing the fact that Schumann wrote for an instrument that was not our instrument. That was a much earlier piano. Franck, on the other hand, he wrote for this guy. Which means every effect that this piano can give us, you have to give us. So keep looking for all of this magic. There's many moments like this. And so the final thing to say here is that I know the string part in the sonata is important. I know, theoretically it's important, but really this thing is a piano concerto. So if you just treat it like that, and if you treat every part as a beautiful solo, just eventually coordinated, I think your sound will become much more interesting. But it is important, these grand sonatas for string instruments and piano, they use every aspect. They're basically like any Schumann sonata or any Rachmaninoff composition. They have just as much gorgeousness and richness and variety of sound in it, and it is so much fun to do, especially when then you also get to cooperate and make music like in stereo. So since you guys have already learned it, you can play it, now is the time to make it really super artistic and enjoy every single note. Right?